tutorial. And then the rest we're going to look at later. Then you also have like this second menu up top here. This is also something that I've changed since the last time I did the tutorial. So you have lists. This is an overview of all your different email lists. So you have to understand that when you get an email address or an email contact, they will go on specific lists. So maybe you have different lists for different kinds of audiences. Maybe you have a list for your customers, then you have a list for your blog readers, you have a list for your people in your coaching or something like that. So you can segment people by putting them on different lists. And just so you know, if you have like the same contact on different lists, it will count as multiple contacts. And as you know, Getresponse, they charge based on how many contacts you have. So you really want to make sure that people are only on one list. Otherwise, you will have to pay twice for the same contact. What you can also do is put everyone on one list and then segment them by giving them different tags. This is also something you can do, or use this segment option right here to segment people in different kind of categories. But this is like more advanced stuff. So you have lists. You have lists up here. Then you have reports, which also will become interesting once you have sent out a couple of email campaigns, drafts that you have done. And then you have like quick links can create. So it can create newsletters, landing pages, funnels, forms, and autoresponders. These are just quick links that go to these menus right here. And then the last thing you have to know to navigate through Getresponse is this one right here, the support. This comes in really handy because I think Getresponse is one of the best supports in all the email marketing providers that I know, because they are very available, like quickly available and very easy to use. Because if you just click here and then you can drag them around, you can start a chat. And right now it says it takes 2 minutes, which is really long for Getresponse. But normally I see somebody like pop in here as soon as I click the button, and then they will be able to chat with the support and they will be able to help you out really quickly, which is something that I love about Getresponse. So yeah, after 2 minutes, somebody will come in here and then help you out with your problem. So this is everything I want to show you about the dashboard. Let's get now started setting up our email system. All right, so the first thing you want to do is you want to set up the email address that you will be sending out emails from. It's very important that you don't just use your Gmail or your AOL or Hotmail address, because then all your emails will end up in the spam folder. So what you have to do is you have to go up to the top here where it says My Account, and then you go to Manage Account right here. And on the left side, you see email addresses. Here is where you see the email address that you have used to sign up for Getresponse. And as you see, I have used a Gmail address. I usually sign up using a Gmail address. And then what I will do, I will add my personal branded email address, which is simon@madixmedia.com. So I'm going to show you how to add this. You just click on Add Email, and then you just type in the name that should appear for people when they receive an email from you. So for me, this just would be Simon. Maybe I'm going to say Madix Media so that they know who is actually sending them an email. And then my email address that I want people to see is simon@madixmedia.com. And then I click Add Address. So now we have to confirm this email address. So right now it's unconfirmed. What they will do is they will send an email to this specific email address. Again, similarly as when we had to activate our Getresponse account, you just click on the button and then it will activate this specific email address. So let me just log into my email. All right, so there we go. This is the email that you'll be getting to the email that you want to add to your Getresponse account. And all you have to do here is just click on Confirm, and then it will take you back to your Getresponse account. And as you see now, this new email address is confirmed. So you can use this email address to send out emails from. Now, so you can use this now, but another thing that I would really recommend you do is to authenticate your email, your domain, which this email represents. So I don't want to explain why this is important. I'll leave some links down below if you're interested, or you can just click on read more about DMARC and Getresponse. But I would suggest you do this because this will increase your deliverability rate, which means that the emails will be more likely to actually be seen by your subscribers, which is what you try to do. So click on Authenticate right here. And here you see the instructions. So all you have to do is you have to add a text record for this domain right here. And you have to add this value. So you have to go to your domain registrar. So it might be GoDaddy, might be Namecheap, might be Bluehost, or whatever. And then you have to add a text record. Now I'm going to show you how to do this with Bluehost. But if you don't use Bluehost, maybe use another provider, you can always just ask their support to just send them a screenshot of this, or send them or copy paste this into their support chat, and then they will add it for you. So don't worry, you will be able to get this to work. And I would really recommend you do it, because then it will increase your deliverability rate. So I'm just going to quickly log into my Bluehost account. So I'm now in the Bluehost account, and here I just go to domains right here. Then I look for the domain that I'm using for the email address that I'm using. So in this case, it would be maddoxmedia.com. So here I just click on Manage. Then I click on DNS. And then I scroll down and look for the text records. So the TXT records. So I see it right here. So what I'm going to do now is click on Add Record. And then we go back to Getresponse. And here is where we have to copy this part right here. Copy, then we go back, we paste this in here for the record, and then we go back and we copy this by just clicking copy, and we paste it inside of the text value. And that's all we have to do. Now we have to click on save right here, and then it will take maybe a couple of hours until it's propagated, which means that it will only work after a couple of hours. But we're going to need some time to set up our account anyway, so that this doesn't really matter. Okay, cool. So that's all we have to do. We can go back here. Got it. And as you see, authentication is pending. Now, after a couple of hours, you can come back here in this menu email addresses and see if this actually if this has worked. And now the last step is to actually set this new email that we have just added to your default email address. Otherwise, you will always have to change it manually. So click on this little drop down arrow and then go to this email address, this that you have just added. Go to the three dots and click on Set as Default. And then it will take by default this specific email address. All right, so the next settings that we want to go into and see if everything is correct is our email list settings. So to get there, we go to the top menu, click on Lists, and that will take us into our overview of all of our email lists. As you can see now, we only have one email list right here called Maddox Tutorials. And we also have one contact in our list, which is actually the email address that you have used to sign up to Getresponse. So if you send out emails to this specific list, you will also get your own email, which is good because then you see what people will see. So you can see the exact email that people are getting. And what we want to do here is we want to hover over the three dots on the right side, and then we want to click on Settings. And that will take us into the list settings. And here you have three tabs. So you have General, Subscription, and Confirmation Message. So first, let's go over the general settings. The list name is what people will see when they have to confirm subscription or when they unsubscribe from your list. So let me just quickly show you what I mean. When people, for example, want to unsubscribe, they see this page right here. At the bottom of every email that you send out, there will be a link that is saying unsubscribe, and people can click on this link, and then they will get to this page where they can confirm that they don't want to be on your list anymore, that they don't want to receive your emails anymore. And as you can see here, they see which list they are unsubscribing from. And in this case, it's Maddox Tutorials. And you can change this name right here. So make sure this name also makes sense for your subscribers. And then you can also give it a list title and list description. Then you can give it a category, which is not that important, but you can add it. Then language. This is the language that people also see when they unsubscribe from your list or when they have to confirm subscription to your list. So make sure this language is the language that your subscribers are using mainly. In my case, this is English. Then the next step here is show postal address in message footer. So maybe you know that with many countries, it's required by law that with every marketing email, you have to have your physical business address at the bottom of every email that you send out. So find out what the laws are for your specific case, and if you don't have to have your address at the bottom of every email, you can turn this off right here, and then they won't see the specific address. So you can change this right here. This is actually specific to Getresponse. A lot of other providers are not even giving you the option to turn this off. So let's move on. The next step is to add your logo. So if you have a logo, you can just click here and then upload your logo. And then it will show also when people unsubscribe or when people have to confirm subscription to your email list. I'll show you in a moment what this means. And you can also give a link to your own website. And when people click on your logo, then it will go to this specific link. So let's say maddoxmedia.com. Then make sure you save general settings. Also click save, because otherwise it won't be saved. I want to quickly show you where you see that logo. So if you go to subscription and then you go to confirmation page, then you see here on the top, you see this logo that you have just added. So this is for branding purposes. Otherwise, I think it will show Getresponse, which is not what you want. So yeah, add your logo and add also the link that the logo will point to right here. And again, make sure you save it. Then we're going to go to the next tab here, which is subscription settings.